Hey, what's up guys, it's Spectrum, back here with a brand new video review, and this time I'm going to be taking a look at the Metacom toy MAFEX number 75, the Amazing Spider-Man action figure. So let's get right into it. We got the packaging here, got a nice photo shot of the figure down there, looking really cool and posed up. The Amazing Spider-Man! Spider-Man comic version action figure, MAFEX Metacom toy. Up here you got Marvel 6-inch number 75 MAFEX. Double Trouble with a McFarlane inspired drawing right there. On the side you got a nice photo shot of the figure. Got a nice Spidey logo up here looking really cool. Got the other Spidey logo down there. On this side you got a wall crawling pose with the Amazing Spider-Man once again. On the back you got a bunch of product shots right there. You got the unmasked head and the other two heads and stuff like that. Got all the accessories going on. Says Spectrum Reviews is awesome. Got a bunch of legalese down here. You got the official MAFEX sticker. You always want to look for this when you get a MAFEX figure. And inside of the packaging you got a nice little cutout. So if you wanted to, you could cut this out and make it a little diorama, which I actually might do someday. But that's about it for the packaging. So without further ado, let's get him out here and see how Spidey he actually is. Here we have the MAFEX Amazing Spider-Man comic book action figure version out of the packaging and looking very cool. Let's go ahead and get a closer look. Before we do, take in the pose, take it in. Okay. Alright, let's get this stand out of here. And let's get into this guy right here. So yeah, I like this guy a lot. I think the shading on this figure is just fucking immaculate, dude. Like, aesthetically and mostly in terms of functionality, this guy is awesome. But he does have some problems, and we'll get into them. We got the webland right there. We're going to show those off later on. Let's just get that out of here. Get the peg on his body. Right there. And, yeah, this guy's looking pretty cool, man. Like I said, the shading is pretty decent overall. Got the blue shading going on his legs and stuff. You got the red shading as well, which isn't too bad. And overall, he's just looking pretty nice. A lot of people complain about the chest being too red, but I argued that they did that because they wanted to accentuate the spider logo more. You see how dark that is? Like, and if you put black shading around it, it wouldn't really pop as much as it does with it being this bright, in my personal opinion. Let's get a closer look at that head sculpt though, man. That's looking pretty nice too. Definitely Mark Bagley inspired. Mark Bagley is literally all over the packaging, so I don't know why people are saying McFarlane. But there's also a McFarlane drawing on the package, so like I think Metacom just got confused. But yeah, you got the spider butt. Just have excellent shading all over the figure, to be honest. In terms of aesthetics, I had to deal with this. You guys can probably see that. Here, let me move the light a little bit closer. Yeah, I had to take a knife to it, and I shaved it down some. You know, I got most of the black off of there, but this shouldn't be happening with a $90 figure. And another thing that I want to mention is the knee joints. Like, look at how far this one is compared to the one on the left, or on your right, and his left. That's unacceptable. This is the only figure that I have that's been like that. That is unacceptable. I don't like that at all. I love the figure, but I don't like that. And another thing is his legs will pop off when you're moving him around. Like, you know, you're just okay. Of course, it doesn't do it now, but you know, like I'll be posing him like this and stuff, you know, and then I'll just move the leg the wrong way and it'll just pop right off, and that's annoying too. Like, I don't like that either. I don't think this leg does it as much as this leg does, but it's still a problem and it still happens. But, yeah, you guys know what time it is. Size comparison times comments. Here he is next to the Hyperion body mold, aka the Absorbing Man 2016 Venom. Here he is next to the Ben Reilly Spider Carnage from Marvel Legends. Here he is next to a trash can. Here he is next to Jekyll. Here he is next to Marvel Legends Scorpion. Here he is next to Marvel Legends Morbius. Here he is next to Marvel Legends Beetle. Here he is next to Marvel Legends Doppelganger. And if this doesn't tell you that his scaling is perfect, I don't know what will, man. Like, this thing looks so good with Marvel Legends villains. Here he is next to Jack-O-Lantern, and oh yeah, they look so beautiful together. Look at this, man. This is the Spider-Man for your collection, especially in terms of a comic Spider-Man. Here he is next to Marvel Legends Hydro Man. Here he is next to Spider-Woman. Here he is next to Marvel Legends Scream. Here he is next to the Marvel Legends Carnage. Here he is next to Marvel Select Anti-Venom. Here he is next to the MAFEX Amazing Spider-Man 2 action figure, and we're going to get into a slightly different comparison between these two a little bit later on. Here he is next to the MAFEX Homecoming Spider-Man. Here he is next to Iron Spider from MAFEX, and that's all you get for that. Alright, no, but for real this time. Here he is next to the MAFEX Iron Spider. Here he is next to the SH Figure Arts Far From Home Spider-Man. Can't believe I almost forgot this guy, but here he is next to the Toy Biz Spider-Man 2 Superposable Spider-Man. And last but certainly not least, oh yes, this is perfect. Here he is next to the Monster Venom Build-A-Figure. Glorious scaling. Alrighty guys, it's time to go over the accessories, and boy do we have a fuck ton. Alright, let's get into it here. First off, let's get into the interchangeable maxed head. I think this thing is looking pretty cool. I like that a lot. I like both of these heads a lot, to be honest. Now, give me just 1 second here. Okay, so Anthony's customs have been, he had mentioned that this head looks sort of anime-esque. And I just want to do a side-by-side to Andrew Garfield's head sculpt here. Yeah, I feel like it's closer to this versus an actual anime, and it's a comic book. Like, it's supposed to be sort of similar to an anime-style drawing. But as you can see, it has the same general egg shape as Andrew Garfield's head does. So, yeah, that was the closest comparison that I was hinting at earlier. But yeah, you got the Mark Bagley, got the Mark Bagley drawing here, or the inspired head sculpt here, which looks just beautiful. Love both of these head sculpts here. Let's take a look at the Peter Parker head here, and we'll show off how to change these all in just a second. I like this a lot. He does kind of maybe slightly resemble Bruce Jenner, but like, I don't know, I feel like this is the best possible design that they could have went with for Peter Parker. He's, you know, nerdy looking, he's sort of handsome at the same time, and I feel like that's exactly what Peter Parker should be. So yeah, you got the web lines here. This is the one that attaches to the stand, and I will show that off in just a second here. I like the detailing on that a lot, looking really cool. I wish it had gray paint or gray shading though. That would be really cool. I like the McFarlane style webbing. I'll probably order some off of eBay sometime, and I'll have my gray and white webbing. But yeah, there's the this is the basic web line in which he'll just hold the web sling. Got some protruding web lines here that will come out of his wrists. These are the smaller ones. Looking pretty cool. And if you have the SHF PS4 Spider-Man, and if you get these confused a lot, the MAFEX comic Spider-Man has a wider circle where it goes around the wrist, just so you guys know. An easy little differentiation there. Also, I wanted to ask you guys' opinion. Do you think I should have another light on my review setup? That way it doesn't, you know, do this like every 5 seconds, because it's autofocus on my phone, and I feel like if there was more lighting, I feel like it wouldn't do that as much. And it always annoys me, and I don't want any epileptic viewers out there to have a seizure from my videos. So yeah, but you have the longer web lines here, which look pretty cool. I'm not sure if they're identical to the smaller ones or not, but they are still pretty nicely detailed nonetheless. Let's see here. Let's take a look at the unmasked mask. Yeah, that looks freaking cool as well. This looks really, really good, in my personal opinion. Like that a lot. Got an alien sort of looking look from the front there. And yeah, so obviously you just pop off his head, and you can take this head and you can pop it on. By the way, the dumbbell joint is bent, so you can configure it back, forward, or to the side. I like it. I like to have it back because I like Spider-Man to look up a lot, and then you just pop on his alternate masthead, and that's how that looks, and that looks fucking sick. All right, let's get a web line here. Just do a basic one. Just gonna wrap this around the wrist, just like so. Hold it on there with your thumb. Take a thwippy hand here. By the way, taking a look at how those hands look. Every hand is almost identical in terms of paint detailing and stuff. Looking pretty cool. And you just want to peg that on there. You want to be gentle though, because you don't want to break the wrist peg. Let's see here. Just push that on, and that fits just like that. Looking really nice over there. Take a look at a wall crawl hand here. I like these a lot too. Looking really nice overall. I like the paint shading on them. Got a relaxed hand here. Looking heckin' dope. Then you have his basic fist, which I'm just going to outfit him with right now, because I like Spider-Man with fists. And this is the one that has the ugly paint splotching, as you can see. The other fist, here it is, does not have that issue, as you can see, which is really surprising to me. But yeah, that's how you get that web line on there. Let's go ahead and swap this hand out for a web line holding hand here. This one. Excuse me. And you want to be gentle about it. Yeah, that's a little scary to do, but it works. And you know, you can rotate it. I would dip it in some hot water first before really messing with it, but you got that going on. And then you just take his web line here and you feed it through his hand. And I don't really like to stretch it out that much, so I just like to put it in there at the bare minimum to where he can hold it, and then, you know, that works just like that. But if you want to stretch out your Spidey hand, you can force it all the way through, and do whatever you want with your figure. Alright, let's show off how to take off the head and neck here and put on the unmasked head. And I believe it's on there. That's how that looks once you get on the Peter Parker body. I think that is fucking gorgeous. I like this head a lot, and I think it just screams Peter Parker to me, especially from the Ultimate Comics, which I think this whole design is based off of. But then they have the McFarlane style Venom, so I feel like that's why the McFarlane artwork is on the Spider-Man box. So I could be wrong, but they might want this to be like a Mark Bagley / McFarlane Spider-Man to show how to get the I don't know why I took his head off. The headless mask in there. So weird thing about this Spider-Man is he doesn't come with mask grabbing hands. You just have to fit it into his relaxed hand there, and that works. But I feel like it's not as functional as if it was a mask holding hand itself. Here, let's try that one more time. Got to find the right grooves for it. There we go. I think that works out pretty nicely. Looks pretty good in his hand, in my personal opinion. Let's get it unmasked head back on there. And yeah, there we go. That's looking pretty sick. So let's get that out of the way before we lose it. Magnets. Let's see here. That's probably the last thing that we haven't gone over. Or besides, we'll go over this thing first, actually. So you want to go ahead and grab a MAFEX stand here. I want to port this end of this piece onto the MAFEX stand, I do believe, and then you want to port the web on top of that. And I don't really want to crack the webbing, but you can push it down farther if you like, and that's how that looks. That's how that works. And you can have a bad guy like right next to the stand, covering up the stand, and then you can just do a whole bunch of creative shots with that. All right, it's magnet time. Alrighty, so we have a little tin can right here that we're just gonna test to see if Spider-Man can pick it up. All 4 limbs aren't staying on there. And there you go. Even with 3 limbs on there, you can. So, you know, that works out pretty nicely, and we're going to do one more little test here. Excuse me if the lighting is currently askew, but this is a little magnet test on my my desk lamp here. And sorry, there you go. That works out pretty nicely, I think. Articulation times, head to toe, here we go. He can look up that far depending on how the dumbbell joint is configured in the neck. He can look down that far. He can go side to side, has a full range of motion in terms of the neck and the head. Shoulders can do a full 360. They have armpit joints that can go forward and back and all around. Put that focus there. Got an upper bicep swivel. Oh, arms go out that far, they go in that far. Bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows. And I want to mention this real quick. I wish that there were horizontal web lines sculpted and painted in the elbow joints, because just one straight line looks kind of ugly in my personal opinion. Just my opinion on that. In terms of the abdominal section, let's get the arms out of the way here. We're going to show this off. Can crunch forward that far, can crunch back that far, but it's a little misshapen right there, but that's okay. Can do full side to side movement. Have the drop down hip method, which I like a lot from MAFEX. The reason why I think this leg pops off is because this hip peg is pushed farther back than this one because of the design, and that's all right. He can kick forward that far, can kick back that far. Got an upper thigh twist. Double jointed knees, which bend in that far. Feet move down, up, they rotate, they pivot, and they have toe articulation as well. Final thoughts, comments, and concerns about this figure. Final thoughts. I think the knee joint is a really big issue, and especially the leg popping off as well. The other issues that I have with this figure are minor and personal preferences, but I don't know. But this is still the best MAFEX, or not the best MAFEX Spidey, the best comic Spidey that money can probably get you right now. In terms of it being my best MAFEX Spider-Man, it is absolutely not. It is actually probably the worst, but that's only because the others have been so good. I just think that there's no excuse for the knee joint and stuff, and I will show you that is unacceptable in my personal opinion. Like, this is a $100 figure. That should not be there. That should not be that big of a gap. You just look at this side, like, it's still gappy, but it's more or less closed off versus that side. Not really a big fan of that. Overall, his accessories are great, his articulation is great, and he looks great, except for his knee, so I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. Really solid figure overall, the best comic Spidey that money can buy, and his aesthetics are absolutely gorgeous. That's about it for my review, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at spectrum.reviews. Facebook link will be in the description below, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more. Thank you so much. Peace.